Hi, welcome to CNY Woman Knits and Crochets. I'm Mindy, otherwise known as Knitter CNY on both Ravelry and Instagram. Welcome in if you are just finding me for the first time. Also, welcome back if you're a returning viewer or subscriber. If you like what you see and you're not subscribed already, please subscribe below. Also, hit the notification bell and hit all notifications. That'll let you know when I post a new show. And also give me a thumbs up. That lets more people find the show. And also leave a comment if you'd like to. My standard question is, what are you working on? What project are you working on, or projects are you working on? So I like to hear what people are working on. Well, you'll notice that I have something finished today. And granted, it has a big mistake in it, which if you look very closely at these two sleeves, you can see. I put this one on inside out. I don't care. This is a sweater for around my house because this is not going to work. So this will keep me warm in my house. It's nice, snug fitting. This is the Airy Stripes cardigan from Yarnspirations. It is a free pattern on yarnspirations.com, and it originally calls for Biddy Stripes, which is a Red Heart Super Saver yarn, Biddy Stripes. Originally I was going to do the sweater in this. I don't know if I'm still going to do this sweater over again because it was a pain and I had to sew it together. It says it's easy. It might be easy for somebody else, but it wasn't easy for me. I did not make it a V-neck like they said. I just made it as straight as I could, and my edges are not straight, so it kind of curves away at the bottom. I don't care. It's a sweater for around the house. As you can see, it has double crochets here. It has single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, and then that repeats. The ribbing is done, the side to side ribbing is done with, I think it's single crochet through the back loop. And then when we got to the ribbing here, I just went all the way around and did a single crochet, then I did a half double crochet, and then I did a single crochet again, because I was not going to do sewing ribbing on and then attaching it to the sweater. I was done by that point. Like I said, it's for around the house. You can clearly see the seams. If I'm like this, you can't see the seams, so I don't care. It's for around the house. It's done. So I have crocheted a sweater. Hooray. So I decided knitting sweaters is more my forte, but I don't want to spend a huge amount of time knitting sweaters. So I went back to something that I have used before. Let me just get all my stitches on here. This pattern calls for a 10.5 6.5 millimeter needle. It is simple to do. It is seamless. It is more in my wheelhouse. I have made this sweater twice before. This is a free pattern from Lion Brand. The sweater looks like that. You can get all the information by pausing the video and taking a look. But I will tell you, it's pattern 1194, Lion Brand Woollies Chunky downloadable pattern, top down cardigan knit. Now, this originally called for Woollies Chunky, and you say, I've never heard of Woollies Chunky. Well, about 15 to 20 years ago, they had Woollies Chunky, which was a 5 weight, and it was 80% acrylic and 20% wool. You say, that sounds familiar. Hue and Me is the replacement for that. Hue and Me has less yardage than Woollies Chunky did, So if you use this pattern, you have to click, there's a little button that you can click that says yarn substitution, and it'll change the number of balls or the number of skeins that you need. For the size that I'm making, I need to 7 to 8 balls. I decided to even go down one more size, so it actually takes 7, but I got 8, which is fine. Hue and Me, like I said, is a number 5 bulky. It's 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It is 4.4 ounces, 125 grams, 137 yards, 125 meters. And it does call for a 10.5 knitting needle, 6.5 millimeter, and it calls for a K 10.5 hook or 6.5 millimeter hook. So that's 2 of Wands, Lion Brand, Hue and Me. And the reason why I went with that pattern and this yarn was Joanne put the yarn on sale for $3.99 a skein. And then I had a 20% off coupon on top of it. So by the time I got done with tax and everything, it was $27. So $27 to make a seamless cardigan that is not going to take me a huge amount of time. I started this yesterday. The yarn overs, there's yarn overs for the raglan. It's a raglan sweater. It's very easy. It just takes a little while. You could also use like Premier Puzzle on this if you wanted to, but I prefer the Hue and Me because it came in a color. This color is called Terra, so it's kind of a brownish gray, and that seemed the most neutral color, so I started doing that. And it's a top-down sweater, and then you go back when you get all done and you pick up around the top and you put in ribbing. There is a buttonhole row. I've done 1 buttonhole. We haven't even gotten to the second buttonhole. There's 8 buttons, I believe, all together. Really simple to keep track of them. They're like every, I don't know, so many rows. And then it tells you for the last one, it's a little bit shorter by 2 rows or something like that. So that's the color of it. You can kind of get the idea. It calls for 10.5 needles. I don't tension my yarn. So when I knit, I just knit like this. I don't run it through my fingers and, you know, run it over. I don't tension the yarn at all. So I had to go down a couple of needle sizes. I'm using size 9s, which is 5.5 millimeters. Because I did a gauge swatch. I did a gauge swatch of a few rows to see what I was getting to make sure that I was going to be the right size. And I'm kind of knitting it down a size because I did have the weight loss surgery, a gastric bypass in September. So I'm still losing weight from that. I don't know how much more weight I'm going to lose, but I did lose weight from that. Pardon the dryer going off. And that is what I am doing. So I decided I wanted a sweater for work. I didn't want to go to Walmart and buy a sweater when I can knit one. And I haven't knit myself a sweater in a long time. This, like I said, this one, the Airy Stripes cardigan, is going to be for around the house. If you were a little more advanced with crochet, I think you could handle it a lot better than I did. My sides were not even. I kind of winged the sleeves. I think it would be better without the windows in it if you just did double crochets all the way across. I think it would hold up better, but it might be a little bit warmer because this is kind of heavy for a sweater. So the windows in it are a good thing. I'm just wearing it with a black shirt, and you can see the black through the windows. So besides that, what am I working on? I'm working on as I bend over to pick it up. A sock. I put this sock on the needles in April, according to Ravelry. And this is the back of it. I've turned the heel with Gentry Gray. The yarn itself, the color is called Adrift. This was on sale from 2 clearance, so not this year's clearance at Hobby Lobby, but the clearance before that. These are flexible double pointed needles. You can buy them under several names: Flexible Flyers or Flexi Flips, Crazy Trio. These are cheap Chinese knockoffs that I got for about $1.50 a piece. And I had to order it twice from China because the first time they sent me 1 circular needle and 2 double pointed needles, and I needed the 3rd double pointed needle. I checked on Amazon. They are no longer available. They were by a company called Bayless. So that is how far I am on the sock. These are weird sizes too. It's 2.6 millimeters and I normally use 2.5, but I figured it couldn't hurt to try. I may have to use the Gentry Gray for the toes as well, because this might not go as far. So sock and sweater. I finished my Christmas knitting. This is the Elmira hat by Lion Brand. It is a free pattern. This is Lion Brand Thick and Quick that I got on sale at Ocean State Job Lots, something like that. Some down in Johnson City when I was down in the Binghamton, New York area. And it does have sparkle in it. You can't really see that. The camera's not picking it up. But it does have a red sparkle in it. I did 1 more twist on this, so I did like 5 more rows than called for in the pattern in the bottom, because I think it fits better. It gives a little bit of more room at the top, and it actually covers the ears. And then I had some of the Christmas yarn from Joann's, and this is a hat I made. It was my attempt at a kid's hat. It came out to be an adult size hat. It also has that strip of pink in it is a Lion Brand bonbon in either Celebrate or Party. I can't remember what pack it came out of, but it's pink. Because this has Merrily in the title of the color. I couldn't tell you which one it is, but it has Merrily in the name and it has pink in it. So it has green, red, and pink. And then I cast on an actual kid's hat. This is for a 6-year-old, so that should fit fine. It stretches, so it'll fit her just fine. I made hats for family that I'm spending Christmas with. Just a little something. And then I have yarn to show you. So this was on sale on Amazon. Just came today, about half an hour ago. I use Premier Puzzle for my corner to corner blankets, and they had this color, which is called Jack's, for sale for $5.98 a skein. So I bought 3 skeins because that's what it takes me to make a blanket. It takes me about 2.5. But that'll make a nice corner to corner blanket. It's gray and white. That would make a nice color for a very neutral, gender neutral baby. A lot of nurseries are going like gray now as a focal color, so gray would go perfect. Then the other thing I got was Bernat baby blanket. Sorry for the crinkling. I got it in this color, Bernat baby blanket in funny prints. This was on sale at Mary Maxim. I told you about it in a video a while ago, maybe last week or the week before, that it was on sale for $3.99 a skein. So I bought 4 skeins because that's how much it takes me to make a grade school or teenager type blanket when it's crocheted. And then I bought 4 skeins of this color, which is called Pitter Patter. And I got free shipping, so that's good. And I'm an Amazon Prime member, so I got free shipping on the Jacks. And that's all I've got for this week. So you've seen a completed sweater. You've seen a sweater in the first stages of going. A sock about mostly done. And I have to cast on a second sock. I'm going to be knitting for me for a while. My job starts January, so I should be starting that, and then I'll have less time to knit and crochet, but that is what I've been doing. So I thought you'd like to see that you too can knit or crochet a sweater. I would recommend the Raglan pattern from Lion Brand. I think it's easy. If you want to do a good sweater, I would try Cinnamon Stitches. Just did a Christmas sweater that is side to side. It has panels so that it goes side to side, and then you put on the sleeve. She did a tutorial for it. If I ever try a crochet sweater again, I may try that. But for now, I'm done with the crochet sweaters. It was just a pain to have pieces and things. And I think her pattern is probably better than this one. I was hoping that there would be a video on this, but there doesn't seem to be a video yet, a video tutorial on this Airy Stripes cardigan. And it actually turned out pretty well. The color, I don't know how the color ended up pretty good. The sleeves don't match, but like up here, it kind of looks from the camera like they do match, which is kind of really surprising. I don't know how that happened. Got me swinging. Well, anyways, I've babbled on long enough. I'm going to let you go. I hope that if you are celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah, you have a very happy holiday. If you're celebrating winter solstice, I hope you have a very happy holiday. If you don't celebrate anything at all, then just, I hope you're not bummed because of the weather and you're doing some knitting and crochet, because that can help your mental health this time of year, especially when it's dark and dingy because of the snow, which we are getting right now where I live. So I hope that you guys have a great day. I will see you probably next week or the week after. We'll have to see with the holidays coming up. I'm going places a couple of days on Christmas, and then on the 28th I'm going to an extended family Christmas celebration because we celebrate Christmas. So have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.